And welcome to another video of mine. Today I am fusing 3 VTubers together to one ultimate VTuber. However, there is one additional rule. I only can roll one VTuber from each agency. So let's say I roll Iron Mouse and then Nyanas, and then I have to re-roll and get another VTuber because I already had one VTuber from VTuber. So let's spin the wheel and take a look at what we get. Number 1 is... Ooh, that's a difficult one. Juniper Actius. I have no idea how I pronounce that name. That's name. But yeah. Wow. Okay, that's a design. Number 2. Mori Calliope. Okay, that's the Hololive member. So Ina is out. And the third one is... Juniper again. Well, yeah. Petra Gurin. Okay. Yeah, these are my 3 VTubers. Let's see what I can come up with. Now, I've gathered some references of those 3 VTubers. And yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't find a reference sheet of Kali in her default outfit, just in her rapper outfit. So I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I will take some ideas or rather elements of her rapper design for the ultimate VTuber. The next step is to analyze which parts of which VTuber I want to incorporate in the new VTuber, and the biggest question for me is, do I go with 4 arms or not? Well, that's something I have to figure out just now. Okay, let me explain you what exactly I did here. Before designing clothes for her, I wanted to design her body shape right, so her body itself is a fusion of those 3, and I think I got a pretty good approximation of a fusion of those 3 body types. I started with the head. I traced every body part, starting with the head, and tried to figure out which shape a fusion of those three were. For example, Petra's head shape is pretty moe, while Kelly's is pretty long and mature. The fusion of those two kinda is the one of Juniper, which is also pretty wide, like Petra's, but more mature. She's more like the mom. She has more a mom head shape, and yeah, I did it with everything kinda. For example, with the eyes, I traced them and tried to fuse them, make it so that the eyes have, or the eye in this case has traits of every one of those three, like being sharp, kind of big, and the middle ground between sleepy and awake. Also like her torso and stuff like that. For example, Kali and Juniper have very mature bodies, like they have both a pretty big chest, wide hips. Juniper has wider hips than Kali. Also, Juniper has like a really long waist, which probably is because she isn't a human. She's kind of humanoid, but she's still moth. Like that's why her body shape isn't as human as those other two. But regarding the chest, for example, I didn't make them as big as Kali's or Juniper's because I wanted to have Petra's influence as well. And well, her body is rather young, and she's kind of short. Those two are a bit taller, so you kind of try to make those traits meet in the middle. And yeah, since Petra was the only one with like a rather young body, my design still has wide hips, big chests, thick thighs and stuff like that because of Juniper and Kali, but not as prevalent as those two, or rather maybe in some regards as prevalent as those two, but in other regards not as prevalent because I wanted to have influence of all of them. Regarding the hair, as I said, I mostly took Juniper's hair with some exceptions. For example, these bangs I took from Petra because I like them. I find them really cute. Overall, Petra's design is so cute. I took those two bangs from her because of that. But VTubers aren't typically nude, so I still have to design clothes. So yeah, you can see me doing that right here. Okay, I have the design. I really tried to make it consistent from a design standpoint, because these are three really distinct outfits and these aren't meant to be together within one outfit. Yeah, I tried to mash them together and still make it work so that you wouldn't think that this outfit is like mashed together. I mainly used Petra's and Kelly's rapper outfit because I think those two can fit together, kinda. And I used like Juniper's skirt and her leggings, but color-wise I really focused on Kali because I thought Kali was the one who got the least representation in the design by like hair and face and stuff like that. So I tried to make Kali represented a bit more by color. Yeah, that's the design I came up with. Obviously the video isn't over, not the least. I still have to draw a picture with that character. I named her I named her Peniope, but if you have a better idea, then let me know. In the beginning I didn't have a clear idea how her pose should look like, so I roughly sketched something that vaguely had the same vibe as I wanted her to have. For me, her outfit and her overall vibe is kinda a mildly sassy one, so I tried to capture this with her expression and also the pose, and I think I kinda got it. But regarding her design, I didn't felt that everything was fine or good right now, so I did some corrections here and there. For example, I reshaped her antenna hair and also the hair that lands on her shoulders. I totally forgot this part of the hair in the design phase. I don't know why, because I had this in mind and I wanted her to have these bangs, I don't know, these bangs, and I just didn't include them in the design phase, but now I've included them, and also I made some fixes regarding her face and stuff like that, but that's not a design thing, that's just something I had to do so it doesn't look weird. Other than this, I didn't do any major changes while doing line art, and line art is kind of the drag as always, so let me skip ahead for you and let's get into shading. Shading the hair was kinda because of all the different colors, and so I had to shade like the pink, for example, at first, and then go back to the other colors and shade them as well, and I had to work with multiple layers and yeah, kind of fight through this, but in the end I think for the result it's worth it. With one exception, the rest of the shading process wasn't as difficult or inconvenient rather. The exception being the eye, but we cross that bridge when we get there. You can see I took multiple attempts to shade the eye, and in the end I still wasn't satisfied with it, so I will come back to it later and also try to look up some tutorials, but failing to do so, I just try to do it on my own again, and I will come back to this again when it's showing in the video. Here I came back after a big break and I realized the eye wasn't really something I was proud of, so I tried to redo it again, as I already said, and normally I have a really cel shady style. In recent artworks I also used a watercolor brush to make it a bit softer, but with the exception of the eye, and I never really focused so much on the eyes, so I normally just give the eyes some basic shading and call it a day. But I want to step up a bit and try to improve myself, so I decided to put a bit more effort into the eye. And in the end I think it worked out pretty well. For the final touch, I slapped some screen tone on her, so it looked kind of more manga-y, if you know what I mean. And I really like to use screen tones as accents and to pronounce some areas, or just use it as additional shading and highlighting. So I'm doing it here right now as well, and finished it off with a pretty simple background, which I also struggled pretty much for. I didn't know how to make a background. And here is the final picture. Yeah! Finally! I've got it. It's finished. I'm totally happy how it turned out, by the way. I really like the design. I mean, I drew her and designed her, so who am I to say it? But I find her really cute, so yeah, I'm satisfied with the result. And this is Penelope, the ultimate VTuber. I mean, if you take one VTuber and another VTuber and another VTuber and mash them together, the result has to be the best VTuber ever. And if you enjoyed the video or just enjoy the result and like the picture as well and the design, then maybe consider giving a like or subscribe maybe even if you want to get more videos with more art and stuff like that. And also if you know people who might like videos like this, then yeah, share this around. It would be, I would highly appreciate it. And yeah, other than that, I wish you a really pleasant evening, day, whatever. And until next time, bye bye!